Hello. It's been a while. How's it going? I hope it's going really well. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're safe, and I'm so glad that you clicked on this video. Thanks for stopping by. Today, I'm going to be talking about nostalgia, is pretty much all that this video is about. I know some of you out there probably don't even know what Jimmy Neutron is, or you're not interested in video games, but when you combine these two things together, you get something that, for me, is so quirky and joyful and just fun, and I have to share it with you guys. Before I start the video, I just want to say thank you so much. I mean, the last couple uploads that I've done have just gotten a huge amount of support, and so many of you guys leaving comments, and I just think that's so cool. I love responding to every comment. If you want to support the channel, you don't have to, but I'd love to respond to more comments, or have a new subscriber, or if you want to drop a like. I mean, anything is really just so cool. I love engaging with you and sharing things with you, and I'm just so glad that you stopped by and that you're here. So anyway, with that cheese out of the way and that shameless self-plug and asking for likes and all that crap, here we go. Let's start this video. To give you some background, as a 6-year-old, I really only cared about two things, and that was Jimmy Neutron and video games. And so when my dad introduced to me Jimmy Neutron versus Jimmy Negatron for Windows XP on a CD-ROM, I was the most excited kid on the planet. Now, this game wasn't anything special. This game wasn't anything new. It's not a Halo, it's not a Half-Life. In fact, it probably looked horrible at the time. Look at this rocket. It's just a PNG. You can literally see it like rotating on the case. And it has some of the worst controls that I've ever seen in a game ever, because I can't control this stupid camera. And look at this options menu. The most lackluster options menu I've seen in my entire life. There's McDonald's Happy Meal toys that have better options menus than that. And actually, the narrative's not even that good. Actually, thinking about it, it's not a very good game. But for me, as a 6-year-old, being able to walk around this universe that I've been seeing on TV for years and interact with it and make that universe my own was unbeatable, man. That's the coolest thing on the planet. And there's tons of other instances of games like that working. Spider-Man 2 for the PS2. I mean, it was one of these games where this universe you saw in this movie, you could take it over, you could be that character, you could interact with the universe and see it and explore it. And I think that concept alone is why movie video games, TV video games work. And even though they're not ever really that good at all, they work and they sell. Because people love these pieces of art and they want to interact with these things that they've seen for years. Now, this isn't the only Jimmy Neutron game released. In fact, there's actually 6 of them. In today's video, I'm going to talk about 3 of them. One that was for the PC, one that was for the PS2, and one that was for the Game Boy. And at this point, most of these games are considered abandonware, and you can find them out on the internet, and you can go play them for free. And I'm not condoning piracy. Please don't take this video down. Please don't pirate a game. If you didn't own the game, don't go get it on the internet for free. That being said, yeah, enjoy this. If one of these things looks kind of fun to you, go give it a try. I mean, you might think it's fun, you might think it's horrible. I don't know, it's worth a shot. So the Jimmy Neutron versus Jimmy Negatron narrative is loosely based around a time travel machine and dimension swapping and an alter ego. I mean, these concepts where nowadays it's pretty generic and bland, but as a 6-year-old, my mind was just out the back of my head. This stuff was so cool. So in this game, the enemy is Jimmy Negatron, which actually Negatron is totally incorrect, isn't it? Because if you were doing proton, neutron, wouldn't it be electron? I haven't taken a science class in like 3 years. Can somebody help me out with that one? So anyway, Negatron is taking all of the stuff that's important to Jimmy Neutron and ruining it. He's putting your parents in a mummy. He's making Carl even more of a fat ass than he already is. He's putting Libby into virtual reality, which really it just looks horrible. I mean, look at this. This is virtual reality. He's messing with everything, and you gotta be the guy to go save it. You gotta get in a rocket ship and fly around Retroville, and you gotta get on a Goddard scooter and zip around your neighborhood while the whole street's frozen over in a liability issue that I've never seen before. That can't be good. How is a school bus gonna get into that neighborhood? That's a really bad idea. Where's the salt? What, aren't you supposed to put salt on icy roads? You can go to the Purple Flurp factory and see how all the Purple Flurps being sabotaged and made with all this Nickelodeon sounds. Like, I hate that squirt noise. That, like, oh, I hate that so much. Actually, speaking of the sounds and the soundtrack in this game, the soundtrack is awesome. It's awesome. I mean, okay, of course, not the whole thing's good. They're all MIDI files pretty much, but some of them are really, really good. The museum theme is really good. The underwater theme is really good. The options menu, dude, I could have a rave to the options menu theme. It sounds so good. I'm not doing that again, I'm already out of breath. The game's total runtime is really only about 2 or 3 hours, so if you like Jimmy Neutron or you just like old video games, give this thing a try, because it's so fun. That's pretty much it for that game. I could talk about it for so much longer. It's so special to me. That's the one that I love the most, and the one that I would probably recommend playing the most. But I'm going to move on for that because otherwise I'm just going to trip on my own nostalgia and keep talking about it. If you do want to see the game, I did record a playthrough of it and I'll be putting it up on my second channel, which is going to be linked in the description below. So you can check it out, subscribe to my second channel. I don't know what I'm going to be putting on there, but it's a second channel. This is the first one. That's the second one. It's going to be there. I don't know. I don't know what's going to go on there. Second things, maybe. This is where all the first things are going to go and that's where all the second things are going to go. So if you want to support that as well, that would mean a lot to me. Go check it out. So moving on, we're going to move to another video game, also called Jimmy Neutron vs. Jimmy Negatron. But this one is for the Game Boy Advanced, and it's not the same game whatsoever. The plot is completely different, the levels are completely different, the platform is completely different, literally everything's different. In fact, in my about hour of playing this game and trying to revisit it and remember what it was like to play this on the Game Boy, I don't think I heard anybody mention Jimmy Negatron once. This game is a bitch. It's really the only way to put it. I hated playing this thing. I played it for about an hour and I got the most frustrated that I've ever been in my life. I am having to time these jumps. I literally can't commentate. I'm timing these jumps. I'm stuttering, man. I'm developing a speech impediment. I'm so frustrated with this game. What the hell? It's basically a 3D platformer where your jumps have to be accurate within a millimeter. So unless you're some kind of speedrunner or something, this game is impossible. It's so hard. I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna stop playing after this level. I'm actually developing a stutter. Trying to focus on these jumps. This is pitiful. This is horrible. And apparently this is supposed to be a kid's game. I don't know if I'm a softie now and kids used to be way better at video games, but man, this thing was hard. From what I can tell, this game's actually pretty long. Like the playtime is a decent amount of time because each level is so difficult and there's like 20 or 30 levels. So if you really wanted to give yourself a challenge, this game's got it. I played it on the easy mode, which I don't think does anything because my jumps don't get any longer. Really the biggest issue is these jumps, and you can't change that with a difficulty slider. Now I had this game on the Game Boy Advance, and I'm pretty sure I still do. Actually, no, hold on, I'm gonna look. I'm pretty sure I still have this game somewhere here. Hold on. Well, I couldn't find the actual game, but I did find Nicktoons Freeze Frame, and I did find my Game Boy, so that's a win, I guess. Basically, all I was going to say with that segue was that I don't remember the game being that hard when I had it as a kid. My reaction to that game is also going to be on the second channel. I'm going to post it. It's only going to be like 2 parts because I stopped playing it after an hour, and I don't want to play it again because it's super, super hard. But that'll be up there as well. And moving on to the third and final game, this one's for the PS2. It looks the best, it controls the best, and it's probably the most polished of the Jimmy Neutron games. This game is based on a completely different narrative. This is the Attack of the Twonkies, which basically follows Jimmy as he goes to a different planet and accidentally takes an alien species home that reacts and mutates itself when it hears music. Not only is this concept really cool for a movie, which I'm pretty sure they did in Attack of the Twonkies movie, but it's really good for a video game too. I mean, going around Retroville and capturing these Twonkies before they can mutate and hurt all your friends or whatever. I mean, it's so fun. It totally works. This is another one that I had on the PS2 as a kid growing up, and I remember this one the least. Upon a revisit, in fact, I actually wasn't washed over with as much nostalgia as the first two games, but I mostly spent my time being impressed with the graphics. This looks great for a PS2 game, honestly. The shadow is a rendered shadow too. It's not just a drop shadow. Look at those animations. It's like pretty smooth. Wow, that's super smooth, man. I'm impressed. Now, it's no Shadow of the Colossus, and it's no, I don't know, Kingdom Hearts or Jak and Daxter, right? But it still looks pretty good in my opinion. Just like the game for PC, this one has a lot of those moments where you can walk around Retroville and like explore the area that you've gotten to see on TV so much, which is really cool because it looks better than Jimmy Neutron versus Jimmy Negatron for the PC. And it plays better too, which means that you can just explore more. I guess really at the end of the day, what this video comes down to is a big thank you to my parents for buying me all of these video games, all of these Jimmy Neutron games, because my entire love for games and technology today, I think, stems from a love for Jimmy Neutron and inventions and gadgets as a kid, and combining that with video games and being able to interact with it was just so cool. It really sprung into a love for technology and games that I still totally have today. I just love that concept of like thinking about like, what was your first game? What was my first game? What were the games that really made me fall in love with video games and technology? And for me, it was these ones. So yeah, that's all I got. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment and I'll talk to you down there. Go check out the second channel if you want. I'm going to be uploading just a bunch of junk on there if you like it. Subscribe, stick around. I'll be uploading some more videos just like this one pretty soon. So thanks for watching. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. It means so much to me. The amount of support on here recently has just been blowing my mind. It's so cool. This is like a creative outlet that I never thought other people would just be diving onto like this in support for me, and I think that's so cool. I know I've been kind of beating that dead horse to like, thank you so much for supporting the channel, but you just got to understand that it means so much to me, so thank you. So yeah, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye.